Alright, so I think I have this set up perfectly. Finally, this is better than the previous video where I told you I was like, oh, I'm working with a 50mm lens and I have no idea what in the hell I'm doing as far as video. But uh, thanks to the EOS utility that comes with your Canon cameras, this made it perfect because last night I was like the blind leading the blind because I was like, I don't know what in the hell am I doing and what am I doing wrong about setting it up. Well, come to find out, you use your EOS utility, you have a better way of seeing on your live view just how things are going. So what I'm doing, if you see me looking away, it's because I'm just looking to make sure that I'm even, making sure that, all is good and everything like that. So uh, with that, welcome to another episode of Unfiltered. This is actually an episode. This isn't going to be, you know, just the lens test like the other episode was. Check out that damn background back here, man. See, I don't even know how I'm trying to do it on camera. But check out that background. That's what they call in the photography industry creamy bokeh. But yeah, it's kind of an odd name for it. But anyway, today I really wanted to get into kind of like a sneaker unboxing. I know when I first started, I said I wanted to do these. And, well, life happens, things happen. I haven't had time to really, you know, do unboxings and things like that. I also haven't had money to buy shoes like that. But I was able to pick up a few new pairs of shoes, and we're gonna get into that in just a moment. First pair is gonna be the Air Jordan 8. What some people I'm hearing, they're calling it the South Beach. I call it the South Beach. It kind of gives off a South Beachist, wow, South Beachist vibe. I think that colorway kind of ran its course with every shoe during the LeBron and Miami era, but it's a good looking shoe. It's my first pair of 8's, and we're going to get into that in just a second. Alright, so I picked up this shoe uh, right out of the box just really to show you that it also came with laces, just in case if anybody wants to do a lace swap, anything like that. Pink laces, of course, goes with the pink accent, of which there's only a few pink accents really. Up in the top here, there's some pink there, a little bit of pink on the side and the sole. The hardest part about this shoe for me is it's going to be keeping it clean, I think. Me, I have a hard time keeping mostly white shoes clean, and especially this time of year. Right now we're getting into fall and winter, and when we're doing fall and winter, white isn't the easiest, especially on the East Coast. In the Northeast, we deal with a lot of snow, a lot of ice, and when it gets those type of conditions, it gets they have to put salt down, and the salt will get into your shoes, and when salt and ice mix, it turns into like this nasty brown slush color. So more than likely, as much as I'm gonna wear this shoe, and I'll probably get a couple wears out of it while we still have what we call Indian summer. I know it's probably not the politically correct term for it, but as long as it's good weather, it's not raining or anything like that, I'll pull these out. Like I say, this is my first pair of Jordan 8's. It's a shoe that I've always kind of been intrigued by, especially with the back and everything like that. There's another pair that's coming out in December that's based on a pair of Nike Air Raids that I was interested in. But then when I saw that this colorway was coming out, I was like, well, if I like this one and I like the shoe and I like the fit, maybe then I'll get those. I don't know. I'll see. I know it's one of the holiday releases, so it may not be, it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be too hard. A lot of times the Jordans, sometimes that people don't always want, they sit a little bit, especially on Sneakers app, which is where I do most of my shopping. I stopped ordering from Nike.com, I want to say probably a couple of years ago, once I got that Sneakers access code. And, of course, on the limited things, it's harder because you strike out a little bit, but it is what it is. I still go to Nike for other things like clothes and you know, jerseys and different things like that. Yeah, I still do wear jerseys and things like that, but you know, that's me. Um, but sneakers, for the most part, I've had my issues with them. I don't like the draw procedure, but I understand why it's in process. Like when you have the off-white sneakers that come out, or rare LeBrons, rare Jordans, rare Kobe's. You know, things that people are really gonna have hype around, and I know it's really trying to, you know, fend off the bots, which a couple of years ago were really a big deal. And you know, more power to Nike for what they're doing, and hopefully, you know, this all works out. I think eventually we're gonna get to a point where every shoe is gonna be a general release. I think Nike is developing that plan. I somehow can feel it because you know sometimes you know they'll say something sold out, but then give it you know 5 or 6 months, and that shoe comes back out, or you know more pairs are made available. So that just means that Nike just you know releases shoes when they want to, which is their prerogative, and I understand it. But uh, you know what can I say? All right, so my next shoe that I'm gonna pull out the box is actually gonna be kind of a special pair to me, and the reason they're kind of special is because I like the idea behind them. I don't know how everybody else felt about them, and I'm not sure if they're actually sold out on sneakers or not, or on Nike.com. It wasn't all that hard to get them. I thought it would be, seeing as who they are for, but I don't know. They didn't have the draw for them. It was just, you know, first come, first serve, which was actually, I guess, a good thing in my case. I didn't have to worry about fending off anybody for a certain size. But the next shoe that I am currently pulling, and I know it's a little hard with that, but pulling out of the box here. And actually, it's just a slide out box, so the box doesn't come all the way out unless you rip it. At least that's what I'm thinking. Uh, and you can hear the rumble of the paper, but it is the Nike Cortez Kenny 4. I'm going to put that, well, let's see if we can bring it back a little bit. Yep. And as you can see on the tongue here, it says house shoes. Now, the story behind the shoe is basically Kendrick came to Nike with an idea of, you know, he wanted to make a pair of Cortezes that literally look like house shoes that are made famous. Well, I guess you could say they're made famous, but if you see anybody from the LA area, or especially, you know, in certain areas, they do have on their Nike Cortez, but they have them on with long socks and shorts. Because, I mean, weather is pretty much perfect all year round in California. So the Cortez is kind of an all year round shoe in California. Kenny has had, because this is the fourth shoe, so he's had three other ones. This is the first one I was kind of like, oh, well, if I have the money for it, and go for it. And I didn't expect to get it because I thought, well, you know, with it being Kendrick Lamar, one of the best rappers in the game right now, people may actually really want this shoe. And when they told me, you know, they had me in line because they were making a purchase or whatever, I was like, it wouldn't be the end of the world if I didn't get them, but I'm actually happy that I do have them. One of my favorite parts of this shoe is on the inside of the shoe. On the inside side, there's a little thing. I don't know how easy it is to see in there. And if not, I'll actually put in the picture that I took of that. And it says in there, Nike Cortez, preferably wear with shorts and tall socks. So that's just like I explained earlier, how you wear a pair of Cortezes in California. It's understandable. I mean, you know, somebody was pointing out, I think it was on the Nike app, that or no, it was in one of the sneaker, you know, blogs or websites that I follow. Somebody in the comments was like, oh, well, the model that's wearing the shoe isn't wearing shorts and long socks. The guy had on a pair of pants and he had on these. But if you look closely at the pants, they're like kind of see-through at the bottom, in which the guy did have on some shorts and socks. I don't know if it was a Nike Tech Pack thing that he may have had on, but this is one solid ass shoe, I will say. I don't know when I'm gonna actually get the chance to wear it. It's kind of like I said about the Jordan 8. This is a seasonal shoe, and the material that this shoe is made with also kind of tells me that I'm not really gonna break these out until next spring, more than likely. Only because, you know, the material, it feels literally, if you've ever seen house shoes or nursing shoes or any of the sort, it's that kind of material. Now this is my first pair of Cortezes, so more than likely I'm thinking that's how all Cortezes are, unless, you know, otherwise marked. But more than likely, like I say, it's a low top, and it's gonna be a spring shoe for me. But all in all, happy to pick it up. It's $100 on Nike sneaker app, and the Air Jordan 8 was 100 and yeah, I think it was 190. So all in all, a couple good pickups. Glad to have them, happy to have them, and yeah, I don't know, you know, like I say, I picked the bad time of year to get some colors like that. I need to be getting blacks or browns or, you know, what Nike refers to as the weak colorways for shoes, because I am rough on a pair of shoes. I will wear the shoes until they are dirty, and, you know, I mean, I wear shoes like they're supposed to be worn, but, you know, such is life. But yeah, so one more look at the Nike Cortez. Alright, so since I have a little bit of time left before hopefully this battery doesn't run out, because I'm expecting it to before the end of this video, but I just wanted to say I'm happy that I got this setup working. I know I mentioned it in the beginning, but for me this means the world to me, because it looks like it's going to be a better quality. And it's the quality that I kind of been shooting for since I started making YouTube videos. I just never had the material, never knew what to use in this case. And right now I'm not even using my photography lights. I mentioned it and Let There Be Light when I first started. You know, after my daughter was born, I kind of gave up on all of that as far as the photography lights and different things like that. So I kind of downsized everything as far as my photography thing. So all I have are my bare needs materials, and I want to kind of go over what I have right now, how I acquired them, and everything like that. So we'll get into. Alright, so since I'm not really using my lights anymore, but I still keep them just in case, because I know at some point, you know, I'm going to hopefully be taking more pictures of my daughter and things like that, so I may need them, and I do have a backdrop and all of that. But what I'm finding out, and what I didn't know because I was so like novice in the beginning, and I'm still somewhat novice on, you know, photography things, I had no idea how much of a great help a speed light can be. Now, I'm going to have some pictures that I'm more than likely going to roll at the end of this, or maybe I'll overlay them now. But, and I think I probably will, but this speed light here, it's a ESDDI speed light. Got it off of Amazon.com. I'll put a link in the description. Uh, I think that link actually will, you know, it'll give me some sort of money, I think, but who cares? What I'm holding this with, because sometimes you can actually mount the speed light on the top of your camera, but what I'm holding this on is a bracket. It's a flash bracket. Now, some companies market these flash brackets, and you know, they can go for upwards of $50 and things like that, but this one cost me like $7, I think. Another Amazon link, I'll put it up there. This was a lifesaver when I was shooting things, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'll put some test images that I shot up that I really liked and really what stood out and everything like that. And I feel like I can only grow as a photographer. Really, like I said, it's something that I've been interested in since I was 16, 17 years old, and now I really feel like I can achieve everything that I want. And yeah, of course, this little bugger right here is how I'm doing this video. because it is hell trying to run back and forth, and then you got to edit all of that out. This is automatic trigger. I use this on almost every YouTube video. I had one, lost it. Then after I ordered this one, I found my original one that was made by Canon. And yeah, what I'm using for light right now is a basic IKEA light I got about 10 years ago, and two lights that I have over here that are just room lights. So it looks, a lot better lit than I thought it would. And I think it's because it's the aperture on the Nifty 50. I was so mad last night because I felt like I kind of screwed up a video, because I was like, God, I can see my head is just not in focus. It's not in range. Things are getting cut off and things like that. And, I just know that it could be better. And I'm glad I took the patience and did this. So this is going to be a rather long video. I don't really care that it's kind of long. I'm just happy. And I feel like now I can express myself a little bit better on YouTube. And hopefully the quality conveys to all of you. And hopefully in the 2019, I'll do a lot better with posting. No promises. Life gets in the way. And that happens. And so I'm saying, oh, another piece. This. Every photographer, if you're using a speed light, you kind of need one of these. This is a true to lens cord for the speed light. And yeah, there's really nothing to get into on that one, but it's perfect. I love it. And yeah. So this has been an episode of Unfiltered. If you liked it, subscribe. If you didn't like it, just tell me what I could do better. Just don't give me any thumbs down. That would hurt. But anyway, I hope to see you guys soon. I don't know. I may record a video within the next couple of days. I'll figure it out. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.